Good evening, viewers. Welcome to FOSAC TV. A leaked Chinese database reveals thousands of Uyghurs detained in Xinjiang province. Researchers estimate that more than 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities are being held in a secretive network of detention centers and prisons, ostensibly as part of an anti-terrorism campaign after a series of attacks. The Uyghurs, alternatively spelled Uighurs, Uyghurs or Uyghurs, are a Turkic ethnic group originating from the culturally affiliated with the general region of Central and East Asia. The Uyghurs are recognized as native to the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region in northwest China. They are one of China's 55 officially recognized ethnic minorities. The Uyghurs are recognized by the Chinese government as a regional minority and the titular people of Xinjiang. The Uyghurs have traditionally inhabited a series of oases scattered across the Taklamakan Desert within the Tarim Basin. These oases have historically existed as independent states or were controlled by many civilizations, including China, the Mongols, the Tibetans, and various Turkic polities. The Uyghurs gradually started to become Islamized in the 10th century, and most Uyghurs identified as Muslims by the 16th century. Islam has since played an important role in Uyghur culture and identity. Researchers estimate over 1 million Uyghurs and other mostly Muslim minorities are being held in a secretive network of detention centers and prisons, ostensibly as part of an anti-terrorism campaign after a series of attacks. Yet, information on the crackdown in Xinjiang region and those who have ensnared by it is closely guarded by China's communist authorities. That has left relatives unable to contact detainees or seek answers from police, with just a fraction of court notices from Xinjiang publicly available. Abdul Rashid, a Uyghur who now lives in Turkey, lost contact with the family 5 years ago. She says, "It's much better than not knowing anything about where they are. There is at least a small happiness," Abdul Rashid, 33, told AFP from Istanbul, where she has lived since 2015. The previously unreported database, which has been seen by AFP, lists over 10,000 imprisoned Uyghurs from southwestern Xinjiang's Konasheher County, including over 100 from Abdul Rashid's village. Hundreds were detained from each township and village, the database shows, often many from the same household. Really targeted anti-terrorism, said David Tobin, lecturer in East Asian Studies at the University of Sheffield in Britain. People were jailed for broad charges including gathering a group to disrupt social order, promoting extremism, and picking quarrels and provoking trouble. Now, government data shows the number of people sentenced by Xinjiang courts soared from around 21,000 in 2014 to over 133,000 in 2018. Many other Uyghurs, never charged with any crimes, were sent to what activists call re-education camps spread across Xinjiang. Government policies have included the arbitrary detention of Uyghurs in state-sponsored internment camps, forced labor, suppression of Uyghur religious practices, political indoctrination, severe ill treatment, forced sterilization, forced contraception, and forced abortion. Chinese government statistics reported that from 2015 to 2018, birth rates in the mostly Uyghur regions of Bhutan and Kashgar fell by more than 60%. In the same period, the birth rate of the whole country of China decreased by 9.69%. Chinese authorities acknowledged that birth rates dropped by almost a third in 2018 in Xinjiang, but denied reports of forced sterilization and genocide. Birth rates in Xinjiang fell a further 24% in 2019 compared to a nationwide decrease of 4.2%. This clearly proves what the Chinese authorities are up to. The United States and lawmakers in a number of other Western countries have described Beijing's treatment of the Uyghurs as genocide. Norway-based Uyghur activist Abdulweli Ayub told AFP he recognized the names of around 30 relatives and neighbors on a linked list. Of these, the vast majority were charged with vague terrorism-related offenses. Several hundred people were linked to the 2009 Urumqi riots in which nearly 200 people died. Over 900 individuals were accused of manufacturing explosives. Nearly 300 cases mention watching or possessing illegal videos. As per reports from Wikipedia, this is the largest scale detention of ethnic and religious minorities since World War II. Now, experts estimate that since 2017, some 16,000 mosques have been razed or damaged, and hundreds of thousands of children have been forcibly separated from their parents and sent to boarding schools. However, Beijing vehemently denies it is persecuting Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities in Xinjiang. Instead, it describes its treatment of the Uyghurs as a legitimate response to extremism and says it has spent billions of dollars on economic renewal of the poor region. As per a spokesperson from the Chinese Foreign Ministry, he says, "We have already refuted some organizations and individuals fabricated lies about Xinjiang." This is what the Chinese Foreign Ministry wrote in response to AFP questions on the linked list. Xinjiang society is harmonious and stable, and all ethnic minorities fully enjoy various rights, is what the Chinese Foreign Ministry added. The Chinese government denies having committed human rights abuses in Xinjiang. International reactions have varied. Some United Nations member states issued statements to the United Nations Human Rights Council condemning China's policies, while others supported China's policy. Now, press and media in China is controlled directly by the CPC and reports are always classified. This was a report from Arijit Mukherjee